ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, go away, jingle, what go away, jingle, oh, go away, jingle, what go away, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Crashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making our spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. The bird machine. Check. Check.
Christmas, you filthy animal.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us today. I have an announcement that I want to share with everybody that's connected with our ministry and connected with me as an individual and transformation coach. This is a great time for us to focus on something pleasant, something good. There's so much bad news in the world, and we just got more of it today in terms of our legal system. And as I was sitting and praying, God just spoke to my heart and said to stay focused, stay cheerful, and to reset our sights on all that is good, all that is lovely, all that is positive. Because if we're not careful, the negativity in this world, it'll drain you. It'll drain you, and it'll change who you are as a person. It'll make you less kind. It'll harden your heart. It'll have you walking around in a state of anger, and we can't allow this world to do that to us. So I want to encourage you, first of all, if you're feeling down today or discouraged, I want you to understand that God is still in control. And even though things sometimes don't work out the way that we want them to or the way that we feel they should, we have to look to the hills for which cometh our help, because our help comes from the Lord. So be encouraged. Every year around about this time, the Freedom Church and I endeavor to make a difference and an impact in people's lives in the name of the Christmas season, a season of joy, a season of gift giving. And I know it's not quite that time yet, but I can't wait. And I have to go ahead and make this announcement early so that we can start to galvanize our givers and our contributors and those that love to be a part of what we do. The last 2 years, we have created an initiative that was going to the jail systems and finding inmates who were first-time offenders, nonviolent offenders, who were going to be sitting in jail for Thanksgiving and for Christmas simply because they did not have the money for their bail. And we have done this for the last 2 years, and it has been one of the most rewarding things that I have done in my life. You talk about giving somebody hope who had no hope, no expectation of being home for the holidays, and to see them come out of their cell and be informed that your bond has been paid and you are able to go home and spend this time with your family. It's been a wonderful gift, and we've done it for the last 2 years. This year, as I was getting ready to do that again for year number 3, I heard God speak to me, and God said, this year, I want you to focus on the Ronald McDonald House in Macon, Georgia. And it really blessed my heart because I have a history with the Ronald McDonald House in Macon, Georgia. Many, many years ago, if you've heard me give my testimony, my miracle testimony about my son, who was at our house washing a Lincoln Navigator of mine, he and I believe his sisters, and some way, somehow, one of them was in the car, and the car went from being in parked to being in neutral, and it began to roll because our house is kind of down on a hill, or that house was at the time. And in his instant thinking, his youthfulness, he actually imagined himself stopping the car from rolling and hitting the house. And he got in front of the Lincoln Navigator SUV to try to stop it. And it literally ran over his entire body. Needless to say, he was rushed to the hospital up in Macon. And when I tell you he was in dire straits, he was in dire straits. They had informed my wife and I that the probability of making it was not good, and they prepared us for his death. He was in a coma for 3 days with about, I would say, 6 to 8 different IVs of different types of drugs going into his body. And long story short, because if you heard me give this testimony, you know, it'll make me cry. Long story short, after 3 days, though, God brought him out of the coma, totally healed his body. And if you saw him today, you would not even believe the story that I'm sharing with you. What has caused me to rejoice that God is leading me to do something this year for the Ronald McDonald House in Macon is because when my wife and I were there with our children, we were so focused on our son because we didn't want to lose him. Death was knocking at the door, and the entire hospital, the entire staff, the entire Ronald McDonald House organization put their arms around us. And they didn't put their arms around us because I was a pastor or because I was this, that, or the other. They put their arms around my wife and I and our children because we were going through. And We were facing the loss of our son. And the way they treated us was just amazing. And this has probably been, I know, probably maybe 15 years ago or so, maybe longer. They gave us lodging. They fed us for the whole time we were there. They treated us with the utmost care. And I remember saying at that time, one day I want to be a blessing to the Ronald McDonald House because of the way that they treat people. And this year, it is the year. God has blessed us to be able to sponsor them. I've spoken with them and they're excited, and I'm excited to announce that this year, the Freedom Church and Wynn University will be sponsoring and giving back to the Ronald McDonald House of Macon, Georgia. And I could not be more excited because I know the work that this organization does. I know it firsthand because I benefited from it many, many years ago. So this year, we're going to be raising funds to present a financial gift to this organization because they have a myriad of needs. They house families in needs. They also have premature children that are fighting for their lives. And it is just a beautiful organization that really does take care of people in their darkest hours. So this year, the Freedom Church and Wynn University will be focusing and targeting our financial gift giving to the Ronald McDonald House charities. And I could not be happier to make that announcement. It's my hope and my desire that you will partner with us this year as we seek to make a difference in the lives of families in need. I know firsthand that this is an organization that can use every dime that we can give them. So join us this year. The deadline for us doing this fundraiser will be December the 10th. And we're drawing the deadline at December the 10th because we want to give them enough time to go out and purchase what they need for the families and the children that are there at that facility. I understand they have dire need of so many things, and I have had this conversation, and I'm just excited to be able to let them know that we are going to make a substantial contribution this year, one that will truly make a difference in the lives of the families and the children that are there. Can you imagine being in the hospital with your child hanging on for life during Christmas? Sometimes we are so busy complaining that we don't realize that there are a plethora of other people that are dealing with challenges that are heartbreaking. And if they could, they would switch places with you and your problems and me and my issues just like that, because they're facing life and death. They're facing the struggle for the health of their children. They're facing a time where the family has to pray and hope because their backs are against the wall. What better way this year than to be a blessing to those individuals and say, hey, we may not be in the situation that you're in, but we see you, we hear you, we love you, we're praying for you. And here's a little something to get you through the holidays and maybe put a smile on your face and maybe put a smile on your children's face. I am super duper excited about this. And I wanted to get it out so that we could start our fundraising activities. We've already established a link for our Givelify church giving. And if you go to Givelify, I'll make sure that I put the link on the timeline once this post. There's a category for the Ronald McDonald House, Macon, Georgia. Every single dime that we raise will go to the Ronald McDonald House. The Freedom Church won't take a percentage. I'm not getting a percentage. Every single dollar, 100% of the contributions will go to the Ronald McDonald House. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's what I'm excited about. I want you guys to be encouraged. Look up, think on the positive things in life. I know there's a lot of negativity going on, but don't let the devil steal your joy. Don't you dare let the devil take that smile off your face. You defy this negativity. You defy all the issues that we're facing, and you defy it with a smile. You defy it with a joy that this world didn't give to you, and this world should not be able to take it away from you. And that joy is our relationship with God the Father, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Well, listen, this is Pastor Troy Wynn Sr., hoping to put a little sunshine in your day, hoping to put a smile on your face, and hoping to remind you that if God is for us, you tell me who can be against us. The answer is absolutely nobody. Well, as I always like to say, remember, we love you, we're praying for you, and we believe in you. Keep looking up, because God is still in control.